Okay, so this is part 2 already because I forgot to say some things in the first video, and that was because it was a spur of the moment type thing. My problem area, my arms, I cannot stand my arms. They are huge, as you can see. Like, they look like it's like bigger than my head, so that's not a good look at all. I feel like it takes away from me, and so that's one thing that I am working on. The reasons that I want to lose weight is not just for image, but health-wise, and then I have children, and I want to set a better example for them as far as eating habits, and I just want them to know, to see by looking at me the right types of things to eat. I would say that a lot of my weight came from the fact that I didn't watch my portions. I would eat until I was about to burst probably, and that's how I got to where I am now. That and serious like of chocolate. Like, I was a chocolate fanatic, and I would buy at Walmart they sell like the packs of like regular size candy bars. You can get like 6 or 8 of them in a pack, and I would buy Mr. Good bars and Snickers, and I would sit and I would eat those things, and I wasn't active, and then I had children, and yeah, so the weight came, and it came until one day I'm in the store shopping, and I could no longer, because I was like a size 18. I think before I had my first child, I was about a size 16, and after I had him, well, it's about an 18, which wasn't, too bad. But one day I'm in the store shopping, and the 18 wouldn't fit. And so I got to my size 24. And now I'm trying to get back to that 16 or maybe even a 14. But I do know where my weight came from. And so now, present day, I watch my portions, and I try to drink more water, because there will be days where I would drink nothing but pops and juice, and days where I don't even drink anything at all. So it's like now I buy water, cases of water, and I keep some in the fridge. And if I drink anything, it's water. If I do drink a pop, it's a Diet Pepsi. I love the cherry flavored Diet Pepsis. But even with those, I don't even stock up on them, because I don't want to have that option. I find that with me, I don't know what works for everybody else, but with me, if it's within reach, I'm going to be tempted. And so I watch what I buy when I'm shopping, so that I don't have the options around the house. That's pretty much it. Also, I'm a Christian, and so I find that me trying to do things on my own, me as a human, I don't really have, I can practice self-control. I have choices, but I find that it's very important to make God a part of everything that I do. And so on this weight loss journey, for example, I don't know if you saw the first video, but I told you guys that I lost 4.4 pounds within my first week at Weight Watchers. And even with that, when I'm posting and I'm happy and I'm all teary-eyed, because it's like, wow, I lost some weight. I wasn't expecting it. I had the BGs, because I'm like, probably didn't lose any weight. But when I got there and I saw that I had, I was very happy. But when I was posting it on Facebook and just telling people, I was like, God is good, because I know that I couldn't have done it by myself. The progress that I have made, even though I'm still not where I want to be, it hasn't been long, but I know that I wouldn't have been able to make it without God, and so it's very important. Also, another thing that I know I need to keep in mind is that I didn't get to where I am weight-wise overnight, as far as my eating habits and just my weight. I didn't get here overnight. And so I have to keep in mind not to have unrealistic expectations as to, okay, well, I made these changes, so within the next few days or the next few weeks I'm going to be to where I want. It's not realistic. I said I didn't want to do surgery only because I want to do it the right way. I want the whole process. I want to just know that I got to where I want it to be because of God first and foremost, but because I put in that work to get to where I want it to be, and so I know the process. I can maintain it, and I can pass it down to my children. Um, what else was I about to say? You know what? I'm gonna start writing notes before I make the videos. I don't know. I guess that's about it. I think. See, what I'll do is I'll say some stuff, and then I'll think, okay, I'm finished. And I'm like, oh man, I didn't say this. And I'll be back making a part 3 before the night is over, and then maybe a part 4. I was talking about the weight loss surgery. So yeah, that was one of the reasons why I didn't want to do it too, is like I had an appendix removed before. I know like after you have a surgery or after you have a baby or whatever, it's this pain that you have to deal with. I don't want to have to deal with that. And also, the major deal breaker was the extra skin. I don't know about anybody else, but I don't want to have surgery, be in pain, lose the weight, but then have all this unattractive skin, because then I can't even show the body off. It's like, okay, I got this body, but it's flab everywhere. So, no. I mean, that would defeat the purpose of losing this, right? So, that was another reason. I don't have money to go and have whatever type of surgery you need to get rid of extra skin. So that's not an option. I'll tell you another thing that I did that worked, but I wasn't consistent with it. At one point I took Fenterman and vitamin B12 shots. I used to go to this clinic and I paid like $55 a month. And they give you a month's supply of Fenterman, which you take with the ones I had. You take them once every morning, and it's an appetite suppressant. And so that worked for me, and I lost like 20 pounds, almost 20 pounds in the first month, which was good. And people really noticed it, and they were like, oh. Well, this is before I got to where I am now, 300. When I started taking the Fenterman, I was only like 280. And so once I started taking it, I got down to like 260. So people noticed that weight loss in me. But the thing with Fenterman, I think if you're not, like I said, changing your eating habits and stuff is very important. Because if you're taking something like Fenterman, but you still eat the way you usually would, then you're not programming yourself to change those habits. And then once you start taking the Fenterman, the weight comes back, and it can even come back double. I think that's where some of my weight may have came from. I'm not going to blame Fenterman, but I know that once I stopped taking it, the weight came back. Because like I said, I hadn't changed my eating habits or anything. Not really. Not to like where I am now. I didn't start changing my eating habits as far as like substituting the type of meats I eat and everything until, well, long after I had stopped taking the Fenterman. Another thing too is this woman who I used to work out with was telling me that when it comes to meats, this is a good way to decide what kind of meat you should eat. Think of the size of the animal. So a cow versus a pig versus a turkey or chicken. You know, so naturally like fish, turkey, chicken, those would be good things to have. Whole wheats is a good thing to have. I use, instead of whole milk, I haven't used whole milk in years. I will do 2%. But then even now, I stopped using 2% months ago. Now I only use the skim milk. And I've changed all the cereal I eat. If it's not Special Care Cheerios, I don't eat it. So I got rid of a lot of like sugar intake. Chocolate, I had stopped eating chocolate for so long that by the time I started eating it again, it just didn't taste the same. And so, man, I know I have it in me to cut out a lot of stuff is my consistency that I need to keep up, and I need to become more active. So I am pretty active, but not as active as I could be, but I definitely have it in me to be way more active. If you're wondering, one of the reasons why I joined Weight Watchers, or the reasons I joined Weight Watchers, is because even though I've made these changes, I needed the structure, and then the meetings help because it's support. You know, you're around other people who are pretty much on the same page as you, and so it helps. And I think I'm about done. Hopefully next video I make, I will have combed my hair, because I know I look a little rough right now. And yeah, so that's that though. If anybody watched this, thanks for watching. And yeah, I won't be making videos too often, but I'll make them enough just to talk about things that I might, you know, any pointers I may have, or just anything pretty much. I might just get on here and just talk just because I want to. Because I also have another journey I'm on. It's a spiritual journey. And I've learned a lot of enlightenment stuff. That's enough for another day. Maybe tomorrow I'll get on here and blog about my Christian journey. Anyway, I guess that's it. I talk a lot. I'm rambling. I talk a lot because this went from being like a 3-minute video to almost 12. And 3, 2, 1.